As a rookie in the NFL, training and practice can only prepare you so much.
Flacco sells the play fake and puts it in there to Wilson, and Wilson is hurt.
Even for highly touted draft picks, making the adjustment to the professional ranks is no small task for NFL rookies. Let's get into 10 of the most painful welcome to the NFL moments we've seen from the 2022 rookie class so far. First up, we have rookie safety Kyle Hamilton, who the Baltimore Ravens took in the first round of this year's draft out of Notre Dame. The number 14 overall pick was highly regarded during the pre-draft process for his coverage skills and, at 6'4" inches, his size at the safety position. And though he has had a good start to the season so far, he has had to learn a few lessons the hard way, particularly how fast some of the NFL's elite wide receivers truly are. Which is exactly what we saw happen during the Ravens game against the Miami Dolphins. Really, just a tough look for the former Fighting Irish D-back. I know some people are trying to blame that on Peters, but it looks to me that Hamilton simply lost track of Hill, not realizing how fast he was and let the top get taken off the defense. Definitely a rookie moment to learn from, and a painful one at that. Hamilton isn't the only highly touted rookie to have gotten a slice of humble pie early this season. How about former Michigan Wolverine Aiden Hutchinson, who got manhandled by Eagles offensive lineman Lane Johnson during their Week 1 barn burner? The young defensive end was the second overall pick in the draft last year, and though he, like Hamilton, had his moments so far this year, there's no denying that Lane got the best of him on this exchange. In fairness, Johnson is an all-pro going up against a rookie, and Hutchinson found himself a little bit off balance as he tried to reach into the gap to wrangle the ball carrier. So, you know, I get it. But to me, this is a case of Hutchinson trying to make the kind of play that he could only have gotten away with in the college ranks. The linemen in the NFL are too physically gifted for you to haphazardly disengage and try to lunge for a tackle. No wonder he got knocked to the ground. At least Hutchinson took his lesson at the hands of an athletic mountain of a man in Lane Johnson. Linebacker Devin Lloyd, the Jaguars' 27th overall pick, got embarrassed by a running back. Granted, it was Saquon Barkley, who is a freak athlete in his own right. But it's still a tough look as a linebacker to have your blitz picked up by a running back in such emphatic fashion, regardless of him being a freak of nature. I mean, check this out. Lloyd was absolutely table-topped by Barkley, who, may I reiterate, is a running back. Ouch. Now, it isn't all bad for the Utah product, who earned NFL Defensive Rookie of the Month honors in September. But still, you have to think that this was an excruciating clip of film for Lloyd to watch back the following week. Now, it isn't just the rookies on the defensive side of the ball that are learning that the NFL is a whole new level of competition. Just ask Ike Mekwonu or Evan Neal, two of the rookie offensive linemen who have had a couple of embarrassing moments trying to fend off seasoned pass rushers. Starting with the former Ekwonu, who got beaten for sacks on back-to-back plays by Myles Garrett, who, in Ekwonu's defense, is clearly no slouch. But what makes this all the more painful for the Panthers coaching staff, and frankly for the NC State product himself, is that Garrett did so using the same exact move both times, with the second go-around resulting in a forced fumble. Probably not the kind of performance Ekwonu had envisioned for his season opener while he was walking up to the stage at the draft after being taken 6th overall. You know the old adage though, it's okay to make mistakes, but best not be making the exact same mistake over and over. Especially not on back-to-back plays. This right here is the epitome of a welcome to the NFL moment, if you ask me. Evan Neal, who was coincidentally taken by the New York Giants the pick after Ekwonu, had his rookie moment against a division rival in the Dallas Cowboys. Unfortunately for the former Alabama offensive tackle, he was tasked with blocking a two-time Pro Bowler in DeMarcus Lawrence. And well, the tape speaks for itself on this one, because Lawrence made an absolute fool of Neal. Hey, at least for the Giants rookie, it wasn't on back-to-back plays, so I suppose that's an improvement. But that being said, the plays were separated by less than 3 minutes of game clock, so Daniel Jones might beg to differ. Speaking of quarterbacks, we've seen a couple of painful moments for rookie QBs this year as well. Let's start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers' first-round selection, coincidentally out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett. Pickett's welcome to the NFL moment came against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, midway through the third quarter of their Week 6 matchup. Though it has been a year filled with growing pains for Pickett and the Steelers, things were actually looking up. Pickett was playing well in his first career home start, having completed 11 of 18 passes for 67 yards and a touchdown. And, more importantly, he was limiting the mistakes that had hurt him and the team during their other appearances thus far in his young NFL career. career, and the scoreboard reflected that. They were nursing a 1-point lead when it happened. Pickett dropped back to pass on 1st and 10, and the pass rush broke through the middle of his protection, forcing him to fire a pass out early. By some stroke of luck, the pass floated right into the arms of number 18 Deontay Johnson. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because Devin Lloyd got a clean shot off on Pickett and sent him crashing down to the ground. This hit actually sent Pickett into concussion protocol and ultimately knocked him out of the game entirely. Fortunately for Kenny, his team was able to hold on in his absence and secure the upset victory. Even though he couldn't be out there for it, hopefully the victory eased the pain of his welcome to the NFL moment for Pickett just a little bit. This guy didn't get knocked out of the game by the hit, but Tennessee Titans rookie QB Malik Willis had his own welcome to the NFL moment, this one against the Buffalo Bills during Week 2. The dual-threat University of Liberty product was slotted into the game during the third quarter of what had quickly become a blowout. With the Titans down 41-7 and things thoroughly out of hand, Willis was given free rein to try and make something happen back there. But on a 3rd and 1 near midfield, he quickly learned that NFL defenders are a little bit of a different caliber from the largely non-Power 5 competition Willis faced during his time at Liberty. He tried to put his shoulder down and power through the first down, and, well, let's just say that Matt Milano had other plans. Milano absolutely lit Willis up. Yeah, that could not have felt good. Obviously, Malik is a freak athlete and all, but at 6'1" and a cheap 210, he's gonna have to find better ways to try to get past defenders at the NFL level, because I don't think he's gonna start running linebackers over anytime soon. And even if he could, that's just not the thing you want your alleged quarterback of the future to be doing. Position aside, Willis isn't the only rookie that has learned the hard way about the kind of tackling power NFL caliber defenders have. In fact, we coincidentally saw 2 former Ohio State Buckeye wideouts, Chris Olave, now of the New Orleans Saints, and Garrett Wilson, a New York Jet, find out how legit the level of physicality is at the NFL level. Wilson, the 10th overall pick, was running a crossing route over the middle of the field during the second quarter of the Jets' Week 3 game against the Cincinnati Bengals when he had his welcome to the NFL moment. Now, to his credit, Wilson actually held on to the pass and secured first down, but in doing so, he took an absolute lick from Bengals safety Jesse Bates III. Again, it was impressive that he caught the pass, but he was immediately writhing in pain from the apparent rib injury, and was unable to pull himself together for a few minutes. He eventually limped off the field and into the Jets' locker room for treatment. Wilson did pretty well to respond to the adversity though, and ultimately returned to action in the second half, albeit in a losing effort. Still, that's all you can hope for in these welcome to the NFL moments. You want your guys to show that they belong, and that is exactly what Wilson did through his toughness and returning to action. Not to mention holding on to that catch. Which is more than you can say for Olave, who had the ball jarred loose by Arizona Cardinals safety Jalen Thompson when he drilled him down the sideline during their Week 7 matchup on Thursday Night Football. The incident took place with just under 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Saints were trailing 42-24 and making a last-ditch effort at a comeback. Andy Dalton fired a back shoulder pass to Olave down the field, threading the needle nicely between 2 Cardinals players. Unfortunately, one of them was Thompson, and the safety laid the wood on Olave, who, instead of letting his momentum carry him out of bounds, tried to turn upfield and did not look like he had braced for contact. Thompson swiftly showed him what a mistake that was by lowering his shoulders into him and launching him towards the Saints sideline. Hopefully, for Olave's sake, he can learn from this and recognize that preparing for contact is clearly an important skill to learn in the NFL, where the hits come hard, fast, and often. Otherwise, he may find himself spending more time on the injury report than in the end zone. And last but not least, we have Seattle Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III, who has been one of the many extremely pleasant surprises up in the Pacific Northwest thus far this season. The second-round pick out of Michigan State, frankly, has been a beast. I mean, the kid has already set the franchise record for most rushing yards in a player's first 2 career starts. But even with all that success, the 41st overall pick of the 2022 draft has had his fair share of rookie moments. But one stands out in particular. It actually came during what ended up being a huge 168-yard 2-touchdown game for Walker against the Los Angeles Chargers. The speedy running back had what can only be described as a true welcome to the NFL moment when he was stuffed in the backfield for a safety by an onslaught of Chargers defenders. I'm sure back in his college days, he could have easily dragged 1 or 2 defenders along. You know, at least far enough to avoid the safety. But in the NFL, no dice. Welcome aboard, kid! But are there any other welcome to the NFL moments that we missed from this year's crop of rookies? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.